What's up, good people? It's your boy DJ TheParkBoy. We in the building. Welcome to a new episode of the L.I.M.E Show. I'm your host. And I feel like anytime I don't talk to y'all in a more consistent fashion, I get to missing my fans. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people who support, watch, listen, subscribe, like, comment, share. I appreciate all of that, and I appreciate y'all. But man, oh man, oh man. Whew, I'm still trying to come down off my high. My team won. All the Lamar Jackson haters should be put to bed after that game Monday night. I'm just saying. People have been moving the goalposts. There are still some stragglers, but we know they trying to get the John Grudens out of the NFL. And people like them, they trying to get them out. And we need to go look at them TV shows that some of them hosts be on and go, shake some things up there too, because some of this has been crazy in my opinion. Some people's opinions on these matters have been little delusional, a little out of pocket. It's been all of that. But guess what? We not gonna let that stop our shine, because guess what? We got that boy Lamar, and he looks amazing. He is Superman out there. He razzled, he dazzled, he did all of that, man. I was just like, whew. I can't believe it. I was happy, man. I was happy. Not only that, man, I got to see that Deontay Wilder fight. I was rooting for Deontay Wilder. As you know, mantra here, we B1. We're B1. I don't hate anybody, but I'm always root for the black man first. But he went night-night. He went to sleep. Tyson Fury survived that one round when he got dropped twice and came back to knock out Deontay Wilder. If you didn't see it, it was a hell of a fight. One of the best boxing fights I've seen in a really, 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 really long time. And that's probably because I like seeing people get knocked out. Am I bad for that? Am I bad for being a bad guy for wanting to see people get knocked out? I mean, that's just the way the thing it goes. That's the way the dice rolls, We, as people, like to see people get knocked out. This is a legalized fight. This is, you're paid to do this. We want to see one gladiator come out being a gladiator. And, may the best man win. That was definitely a hell of a fight. Those two huge guys right there. One 6'7", the other one 6'9". Both of them over 270. Slugfest. Definite slugfest. Let me see what else going on. Not only that. Got some new stuff for TV talk for y'all later. Man, we can get in these topics. Like, I'm kind of ready, man. Like I said, I miss speaking to you guys, man. And a lot has been going on in the world. A lot of craziness. A lot of good stuff, but a lot of craziness. And to start off today's show, I'm going to start off with one of my favorite comedians. I can always watch him over and over and over and over and over again. Dave Chappelle. David Chappelle. If you don't know, he dropped his special on Netflix, and it caused an uproar again. It's called The Closer. He spoke on a lot of his battles with white people, the LGBT community, and other people as well. But the only thing that seemed to get any type of outrage was the transgender people, which I was surprised about. I didn't think that was going to be the thing that got the outrage to me watching it. But it came down to the transgender community. They definitely have their own plight that they go through. But the point that Dave was trying to make was some really solid points. He was, nobody cares about injustices against us. But, if you wave that flag, then any small thing that can hurt your feelings could cause people to be canceled. People be driven away from society in certain ways. Or at least you try to make it that way. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, he made some points. Like, if somebody kills somebody, it should be valued more than somebody hurting your feelings. If somebody's actually doing something to somebody physically harming them, I mean, your feelings matter, but feelings come and go. They do. Trust me, they do. One day you can love somebody, the next day you can't. One day you can be friends, the next day you don't have to be friends. One day you could be the best of anything, next day is different. Feelings come and go. That's one thing we learn in life. Feelings change like the seasons do. But Dave was making some valid points inside his stand-up. Some really valid ones. I don't want to give away all the content, all the jokes, but we do have an article here saying that, that because of the controversy, of course, Netflix had to address the situation because people was asking for the special to be canceled. But they came out and said they're sticking beside the boy. Let me pull up the article right here from CNN. It states, Netflix standing by Dave Chappelle and the closer. As people should have figured they were. Dave Chappelle makes Netflix money. I don't think some of your employees' feelings being hurt is going to stop the money train. That's corporate America. They don't care about anything but money. So all the fake wokeness goes out the door when the money starts rolling. So the article states, Netflix is defending Dave Chappelle's new comedy special after it has been criticized as transphobic by some LGBTQ plus advocates, artists, and employees. Chappelle's special, The Closer, which debuted on Netflix last week, included several minutes of jokes about trans people. The comedian says in the special he is Team TERF, referencing the term trans exclusionary radical feminist. That's a term that I never knew what a TERF was, but I learned from the special. So TERF is a group of women who say trans women aren't women because biologically they aren't women. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings with this. Please don't beat me up. Please don't beat me up. But he said biologically everybody comes through the womb of a woman. Has kind of been historical fact through all types of animals, minus the rare few occasions when you got different species where the male would do something. But other than that, 99.8 maybe percent is all, they come through women. So let me continue on with this article. Gender is a fact, Chappelle says. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on earth. That is fact. Well, technically speaking, that is correct, Dave. That is correct. I'm not going to argue with you there. But of course, that will hurt somebody's feelings because they feel like what they identify as, it doesn't necessarily have to be what they were identified as a child. I mean, that's not for me to decide, I'm not here to get canceled today. This isn't that episode for me to get canceled yet. Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. I'm just saying. Okay. The article states he talks about backlash he received after making jokes about Caitlyn Jenner and other trans people in previous specials. Criticized cancel culture around author J.K. Rowling and references his friendship with Daphne Dorman, a trans woman and fellow comedian who opened up for him in one of his San Francisco shows. It says Dorman died by suicide in 2019, which Chappelle addresses in The Closer. Yeah, that last story when he talks about Daphne, it sucks because I was enjoying the show. Then it became almost like an emotional tearjerker. Dave is amazing at telling stories, and he will pull you in, which he did to me. He definitely did that doing the show for me. Dave's just an amazing comedian. He's always been one of my favorites. But yeah, that story about Daphne, it'll really, really pull you in. So I had to take a little break, but we'll be right back. Let me get right back to this article so we can finish up. So it says, in October the 8th, email to employees from Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos and obtained by The Verge and Variety, the executive defended the special. Several of you have also asks where we draw the line on hate. We don't allow titles on Netflix that are designed to incite hate or violence, and we don't believe the closer crosses that line. I recognize, however, that distinguishing between commentary and harm is hard, especially with stand-up comedy, which exists to push boundaries. Sarandos wrote to Stab. Some people find the art of stand-up to be mean-spirited, but our members enjoy it, and it's an important part of our content offering. Again, the money will decide where the woke ends. A lot of the times, money will decide where the wokeness comes and goes. Again, comedy is meant to push boundaries. It's meant to push lines. If you watch any stand-up comedian, the greats, they push boundaries. They push lines. And it just seems like in the age of social media, everybody wants everybody to be so sensitive. And everybody's not going to... And everybody's not... The best way that I'm trying to put this is, just because somebody doesn't agree with what you do, doesn't mean it's hate. It's not always hate. You can love people and hate the decisions they make. You still got love for them. I can like things you do. Don't like you personally. I feel like that about plenty of athletes, who burnt my teams in the past, beat on my teams. Gerald Wallace could be the greatest man in the world, but I always remember the day he fell on Gilbert Arenas' knee. I'll never like him for that. You know what I'm saying? That's personal. I'll never like him for that. He could be a great man. I won't hate him. I never liked Gerald Wallace for what he did to Gilbert that day. I mean, side note, comedy pushes lines. That's what it's built to do. That's what it's meant to do. Says CNN has not verified the emails, but it also says that Netflix suspended 3 employees for attending a virtual meeting of directors and vice presidents last week without notifying the meeting organizer in advance. One of the suspended employees, Tara Field, a senior software engineer who identifies as queer and trans, had publicly criticized the closer on Twitter last week. Her suspension was due to her attendance to the meeting and not her tweets, according to the source. It is absolutely untrue to say we have suspended any employee for tweeting about this show. Our employees are encouraged to disagree openly, and we support their right to do so. On Tuesday, Field shared that she is no longer suspended. Netflix has reinstated me after finding there was no ill intent in my attending the QBR meeting. I'm going to take a few days off to decompress and try to figure out where I'm at. At the very least, I feel vindicated. Phil tweeted last week that Chappelle's special ridiculed the existence of trans people, promoting TERF ideology, which is what we did by giving it a platform yesterday, directly harms trans people. It is not some neutral act. This is not an argument with two sides. It's an argument with trans people who want to be alive and people who don't want us to be. So yeah, they were trying to get Dave Chappelle out the paint, but Chappelle, he took it in strides. Most people don't have the capacity to do what Dave Chappelle did. He showed before, the money ain't gonna be the thing that move him when he turned down the 50 mil back in the day. He just flat out told them, nah, I'm done. This ain't working. And he mentioned that in the special. You've done it, but I'm not gonna let that, come down and hurt me. Like, I didn't turn down the money before, so you saying you're gonna cancel me doesn't bother me as much because my fan base is different than what your opinion is. I don't think Dave's a bad guy. I don't think he's doing any of this is like ill intent or harm on purpose. I really doubt it. And as he said in the special, my beef has been with white people. And then you move the goalposts every time. This is what he said. You move the goalposts after you feel like he gets you in the corner. You change up on him and you make it harder for him to attack the things he really want to talk about. But, Dave's great. Shout out to Netflix for standing beside Dave Chappelle in that moment. Again, If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. The last 10 minutes is a real tearjerker. You know what I'm saying? He will pull on your emotional strings with that one. But this next story, oh man. I can't wait to get to this story, man. It broke while I was watching, well, the ending of everything, or at least the middle part, broke during Monday Night Football. And it was John Gruden is no longer the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. All of this has happened after emails were exposed of commentary he made to Bruce Allen, who was the team president for the Washington football team at the time. So Washington football team, they've gone through like this misconduct investigation, which made them pull up emails from over 10 years ago. And then those emails, you know, first it came out, he made commentary on DeMaurice Smith. I know a lot of some people may not know who DeMaurice Smith is, but he's the head of the NFL Players Union. And during the time of the lockout, you know, he was fighting for the rights of the players. John Gruden said he has Michelin lips. Don't worry, when I get into the article, we're going to have every single quote. I'm paraphrasing right now. But he stated he had Michelin lips. He acknowledged the email. He addressed the email. And he was allowed to coach the game, that game on Sunday after all of this broke. But as soon as they came out and said he had misogynistic and he had anti-gay language or homophobic language, he was shown the door. Showing Dave Chappelle was right again. I don't want to keep saying he right, but he right. You say something about black people, nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn. It seems like nobody cares at all. He even made the joke, why is it okay for me to say nigga, but I can't say this, and this? So it's okay for me to disparage my people for your entertainment, but it's not okay for me to say anything about anybody else. Interesting. It's very interesting. These were statements that Dave Chappelle had said before, and now this rare and this ugly head up in this situation, in my opinion, Dave Chappelle is right. You talk about us, we know for about a week, nothing happened. When the rest of them emails come out and he talking about other people too, it's time for you to go. It should have been time for him to go at first. At first, the NFL is like 75% African American, black people. But the further up we go to the chains of management, where's the black people to represent the faces of the people playing the game? And John Gruden came out, I'm not a racist. I don't even want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. You said what you said. And what you thought were private conversations. Yeah, it sucks that your private conversations are coming out. But it's nice to know we got another racist man right there in front of us. That's an old racist trope. That ain't nothing new. I mean, that may have been passed down to you from generation to generation. And is it also coincidence that Jay Gruden, his brother, used to coach the Washington football team? The team they just so happened to be investigating. That's the team right there. So let me get into this article right here. It's right here from Yahoo Sports. It says on Monday night, less than an hour after a New York Times report that Gruden has sent emails that contain disturbing comments, Gruden resigned. Now, interesting. We already knew you had the disturbing comments or commentary that you made about the physical appearance of the black man. Not only did that used to be a racist trope, you just openly slung it like you couldn't think of nothing else. You know, a little weird. But in the statement, it says, I have resigned as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coach, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry, and I never meant to hurt anybody. Anyone. You ain't mean to hurt them because you ain't think your private emails would come out because of all the fuckery that would be occurring with the Washington football team and their ownership and their upper management. But ta-da! We found one. We found one right here. So, let me continue on with the story. In a statement on his own, Vegas owner Mark Davis said he accepted Gruden's resignation. Raiders assistant Rich Biscotti will be the interim head coach. And I just want to state, I learned this about the guy who's going to take over for the interim head coach. He's been one of Gruden's right-hand mans since Gruden has been coaching. Can we see his emails? Can we get more any email that was sent while he was John Gruden was an employee of the Las Vegas Raiders? We need that document. And for anybody that he had communication with within the NFL, we need that documented. Now that the cat's out of the bag, we want to know everything. We want to know the responses to his responses to their responses. I just want to see those combos. Open it up. Let's see how far this goes. Because I think it's weird that the rich guy would be besties with John Gruden. He followed Gruden from Oakland to Tampa Bay, back to Oakland again. Pretty sure, there's no way you're around this guy this long and you're always put in position and you didn't have any, acknowledgement of his behavior. Little crazy to me. The New York Times story came after last week's revelation that Gruden has sent an email containing racist comments regarding NFL Players Association head DeMaurice Smith. Yes, we want to continue the story. So in it, Gruden said, DeMaurice Smith has lips the size of a Michelin tires. Gruden said he wasn't racist. But then on Monday, the New York Times reported the other emails Gruden sent, which also unearthed as part of the Washington football team investigation, said Gruden used anti-gay slurs. He referred as the NFL commissioner as a bad word. I'm not going to say it because y'all going to take it down. And a clueless anti-football bad word. Gruden said in the email that Goodell shouldn't have pressured then St. Louis Rams coach Jeff Fisher to draft an openly gay player. Now, Michael Sam wasn't that good, so, it shouldn't have been no pressure to draft somebody who won't really benefit your team besides publicity. But we're told that publicity should not outweigh play in sports. You earn publicity from what you do on the court and what you on the field. And anytime what you do off the field overtakes what you do on the field, you usually get pushed to the side. I mean, that's kind of things with business. Businesses will allow you to get away with things if you're that much of a value to the team. The less value you have, the less leeway you will be given. I mean, it was a cool moment, I guess, for that community to see Michael Sam be drafted in the draft after openly coming out. But he was like going to be the number one pick in the draft when he did it. Much respect. But if you're a guy who's on the fringe and the borderline and the story carried you into the draft, I kind of see. I'm not agreeing with what Gruden said. But if we stick in the football, shouldn't force anybody to take anybody who won't benefit the team. It also the New York Times also reported that Gruden in emails criticized the hiring of women as referees, and also acceptance of players protesting racial justice during the national anthem. Now, I don't get that not wanting females to be refs. As long as they can call the game the way it needs to be called, it don't matter. Being a man and a woman doesn't matter being a referee. I don't get that one. He's wrong for that one. It also says that he's against players protesting racial justice during the national anthem. The problem with that is there was no policy in place to tell people they couldn't do it. See, if it was in your rule book, which you have contracts, you agree to things. If there's something in my contract not saying I'm restricted from doing these things, like in the NBA, it's in their contracts they have to stand up for the national anthem. That's not the case in football. So to be mad at somebody for taking advantage of the system in place, old white man do it all the time. You're an older white man now. You took advantage of plenty fucking systems in your lifetime, and don't tell me you didn't. Well, you got Michelin lips since it ain't racist. See, Gruden also exchanged photos of topless women with Allen, including one who was a Washington football team cheerleader. Scandalous, man. I was out here, fucking up. Y'all should not be fucking the cheerleaders or people who work for you, bruh. Too many fish in the sea for you to be doing that. Gruden was an employee of the NFL in 2011. He was working at ESPN in one of its most prominent positions at the time. They said there was a flimsy argument that the NFL couldn't push Gruden because he was an employee when the emails regarding Smith were sent. But then came the second report of even more horrible emails. Gruden wasn't going to survive that. So, they made a case that, hey, I didn't work for the NFL, so don't punish me for talking about a black man. But as soon as he talk about any other community, he got to go. This is what pisses me off, bruh. Dave Chappelle was 100% right. Y'all don't give a fuck about black people, man. You don't care. You don't know, you don't show, and you don't care what's going on in the fucking hood. But y'all gonna punish Dave. What kind of world we living in, y'all? This is the world we're living in. And with all this controversy, Gruden wasn't like he was winning a whole bunch of football games. They start off hot and they fall off. And it was looking that way after they lost to the Bears on Sunday. It sucks. But guess what? We got more takes on this. Because I don't know if y'all ever heard of Travis Clay. But he works for the Outkick, the place that had Jason Whitlock. He said every rapper the NFL has performing at the Super Bowl has more offensive lyrics than John Gruden had in his email. How does the NFL reconcile the difference in treatment? These are questions all sports media will be asking if they were real journalists. Well, let's break this down. One thing's called entertainment. As a rapper, you can fictionalize the world you live in to tell a story. As somebody who coaches a football team or who's giving commentary on football, it's not an artistic type of thing. See, we've had songs before where Johnny Cash said he shot a man in Reno and left him there to die. He was telling a story to gravitate somebody in, to pull them in. When Bob Marley said, I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy, he wasn't saying I actually went and shot the sheriff. He's making something to tell a story, which music does. In 95% of the cases, because a lot of the rappers who out here trying to live what they rap about, the feds have been coming to get them off the streets. So Eminem definitely has some controversial lyrics. He'll be speaking at the Super Bowl. But Eminem's never been a person who truly showed hate. He's tried to show his understanding of where he's come from, at least from my understanding or my perspective on the thing. What John Gruden did was, behind closed doors, make quotes. Say things not to the public. These rappers are speaking to the public. They're not hiding from any of their words. But that's the thing that seems to be occurring in the issue with John Gruden. He said things behind closed doors he wouldn't say to people's faces. When these rappers are being public faces and saying what they're saying, it's a different situation to me. Definitely a different situation. Now you have Jerry Jones giving this outtake on what's going on. And this is from Yahoo Finance. It says, Cowboy owner Jerry Jones said Tuesday morning that the leaked emails, remarks, and subsequent resignation of John Gruden remind him we are all accountable. He said, I know these people. I know everybody you've been reading about. They are outstanding proponents of our game. They have represented this game in many cases beautifully. Certainly, we all continue to recognize what a spotlight you're in and the way we should express ourselves. They asked him, should Gruden have lost his job? He said, I don't have anything I would want to express one way or another. From the standpoint of contribution, I know we're all accountable to even if you will, fleeting or minor part of our actions. We are all accountable to those. That's about all I want to comment on that. Jones went on to continue to say, the technology alone, but certainly because of the expectation, has dramatically changed. But they were changing from what they were 30 years ago or 30 years earlier. We just have to keep your eyes open. The incidents that are portrayed are necessary reflection of an individual or a reflection of his life, but they have certainly are impactful. And you are accountable for them. That's all I can say. Feel like Jones was kind of shooting them some bail there. Saying, hey, good people. Good people make mistakes. Good people do make mistakes. But behind closed doors to hide the fact of who you are, nah, man, be open. If you feel that way, say that out loud. You can talk about somebody like that in an email behind the scenes. Probably go shake their hands in their face. Been around them plenty of times. You worked at ESPN. You're a football coach. I'm pretty sure you done seen DeMar Smith. Pretty sure you won't call him Dumb Bruce in his face. Pretty sure you won't tell me you have Michelin lips in his face. It amazes me. John Gruden should have been gone. I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he is gone. Because it just amazes me. Then again, it don't amaze me. We know there are plenty closeted racists, and they all need to be shown for who they are. They have something to say. They need to come out and say it. Don't hide. Don't hide. Be a man. You feel that way? Say it publicly. The way Eminem would. The way Eminem would publicly take his all the ridicule that came with the lyrics or words he said. The same for Dr. Dre. The same for Snoop Dogg. Or anybody else you want to compare. Travis Clay. Because you seem like because of your website, you just openly say things, almost dog whistle like. So maybe they need to get better at dog whistle language. Maybe that'll help them. But this next story made me want to say, get off them Drugs. Them drugs. Cause this definitely had to be a high moment. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not trying to make fun of people with addiction, cause that's what they'll spin it to. But you definitely had to think she maybe been high when she thought of saying this. So Demi Lovato comes out and says, "We need to stop disrespecting the aliens. They don't like the term alien. It's derogatory." How many UFOs have she met? That's question number one. Question number two. For you, before you talk to the extraterrestrials, because I've had friends who said they've time traveled on drugs, so I'm pretty sure you maybe had some of that shit. No offense to people with addiction. We had an episode about addiction, so you can go back and look. I care. I got addicts in my family. I've had to deal with addicts my whole life. So, I mean, everybody has addictions to different things. Everybody does. Your vice just particularly is one of those addictions that can, ruin your life. But we're here on CNN. The headline states that Demi Lovato thinks the term alien is derogatory to extraterrestrials. Demi Lovato is standing up for extraterrestrials. The singer and actor who identifies as non-binary. I have no idea why you would have to throw that into an article talking about aliens. But again, it's CNN. It says the singer and actor who identifies as non-binary. As soon as I get back into the reading, they want to do pop up. Come on, guys. You're hating on your boy. The singer and actor who identifies as non-binary has a docuseries on Peacock titled Unidentified with Demi Lovato, in which they explore what life may be beyond this planet. In an interview with Pedestrian, Lovato explained that they do not believe that beings from another planet mean to harm humans. How would you know that? I'm just saying. If you personally have never had contact, there's no way to know what somebody's intentions are. I really think if there were anything out there that the world want to do that to us, I really think that if there were anything out there that would want to do that to us, it would have been happened by now. But I think we have to stop calling them aliens, because alien is a derogatory term for anything. That's why we like to call them ETs. The word alien, which used in reference to immigrants or those from other countries, has become controversial, considering dehumanizing by immigration advocates. I don't know if it's dehumanizing them. I mean, I don't know anybody who calls illegal immigrants aliens, but I guess it could be dehumanizing by using words to their actual definition. We live in a different world, man. We live in weird places, man. But yeah, Demi Lovato said we should not call them aliens because it's disrespectful, because the term alien means from a different country or from a different place. Maybe we should stop using the word the. Or take out anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, can the black union come together and decide what words we want to take out? Pretty sure some big ass spelling bee words I want to take out, so I want to look foolish trying to spell them. You hear me? But yeah, I feel like this is a case of the dope was that good. It was that good. It had to be good. That you just know that aliens don't want to be called that, because the world is becoming a more open place. Whoo. Hey, when I say it's just everybody has their own demographics in the world. If somebody came up to me telling me that, I'm gonna just say, boy, get off them drugs. Off the drugs. You didn't talk about not one UFO encounter you had. But you know what they like to be called. You know their intentions. You know what they do in life. You know they like being called ETs. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. We saw that with Black China. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Whew. So this next story, man. Kodak. I love Kodak Black as a rapper. Outside of specific rap, don't agree with a lot of things he do. As we said with that, you can live in what you do, and I don't have to agree with everything. When you do some good, I'm going to acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, Kodak is one of the better rappers out of that younger tier rappers, at least out of his group that he came out from his freshman class. I always thought he was the best one from that group. But everything he does outside of that just seems to be stupid, weird, controversial, and he relishes in it. He definitely does. But this video that came out was a little weird because he was trending on social media for the way he danced with his moms, because he definitely cuffed their ass. Like, he gripped his mom's ass in the middle of a dance. You can't make this shit up at all. At all. Like, what is going on? Of course, we got a video from y'all right here from Media Takeout. Let me get it pulled up. So they want to show a little ad. We ain't trying to watch that ad. We trying to see the video. But yeah, in the video, he's dancing with his mom. That I guess they're like some type of family gathering. And the cameras are on as always. Oh, so you see him get his little 2-step in, his little bop in. And he goes and grips her ass. I see that? Then they just laugh it off like it was copacetic or something. I know, cuz ain't sicing him. That man gripped the booty and then went in for a little kissy kiss. Wicked. That's his mom. It looked like he trying to force a kiss on his mom after grabbing her ass. That is wicked. Wicked. Says rap superstar Kodak Black has some explaining to do. That said, we here at MTL News are not quite sure what he can say about the explaining he would have to do. I agree with that. I don't know what he can say. But over the weekend, the Florida rapper went to a family party with his mother, and during the party, Kodak decided to dance compa with his mom. And while dancing, Kodak does the unthinkable and gropes his mother. Then afterward, he attempts to kiss her on the mouth. His mother laughed the incident off, but she noticeably created some distance between them following that. Kodak claims he was just playing around, but I ain't never play around with my mother like that. And I never seen nobody play around with their mother like that. That is some new age weirdo weirdness going on. I don't know how to explain it. That's just weird. Like, who does that to their mom? He pressed up on her. Like, big pressure. Come here. Whoo, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Gotta be on something. Gotta be high or something. I don't know if he's on probation, so it's probably not even high. That's the bad. What context did you have for gripping your mom's ass and trying to kiss her? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Maybe, again, I feel like I'm a little older. I got an old soul. I ain't doing none of that, Ain't no money in the world's gonna have me grip my mom's ass and then kiss her in the mouth. I think not. I think that's a negative. Big negative. But shout out to Kodak. He posted some tweets and stuff. Looking like he needed some help. Somebody, anybody, record label. Y'all know y'all make money off that boy. Y'all need to be down there getting him some help, getting him something. Give him something. Anything. This next story here includes one of the biggest rappers from the 2000s. Because it appears the people who help him get on seem like he betrayed him, and he's also taking shots at him. This rapper right here is Nelly. And I don't know if you guys will, some of y'all might not be around. Some of the younger people may not remember. But the people my age and older remember. When Country Grammar dropped, there was no way of escaping Nelly. That album went diamond, meaning it did extraordinary things musically. So let's get right into this video right here. Run it back.
At first, their style and subject matter was as hardcore as the lives they were living.
We kind of like quote unquote rapping for the hood, which was like we was straight gangster. Every rhyme I wrote, somebody got murdered, somebody was getting thrown in the trunk, I was robbing somebody. I'm still in that gangbang mode, I'm still in the hustle mode, so these are my rhymes.
But in '93, they hooked up with a local MC named L.I.M.E, who had a different take on how to conquer the rap game.
I'm like, yo, I'm on a different type of music. I'm on a whole different way of life. Don't talk about killing. Don't talk about shooting.
And he kind of brought that like, yo, we should try to do it different. And at first we looking at him like, different? What you talking about? This for the hood, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, just trust me. By the time 2000 come, they're going to be ready for like something brand new.
So, we kind of flipped our script and we went a different way about it, It wasn't all about the shoot 'em up, bang, bang no more. So that everybody could feel the music, I think that was the main thing he wanted us to do. It's like, yo, let everybody be a part of it.
Anytime we drop a rhyme.
Once we got to doing that, things started to look up for us.
Now everything I drop, yo, it's platinum.
They formed a group called the St. Lunatics.
So, I don't know that documentary right there to which they talking in, but I've seen the documentary. When I learned Nelly definitely had help with the pen. Ali, Murphy Lee, the whole St. Lunatics. The people we thought who were behind them, was giving them records, giving them verses. Like, he took some people verses word for word. I actually had to go pull it up and look it up right after, and I was like, wow, Nelly, I never knew that. But nobody includes Nelly in, the greatest rappers list. He done tremendous things, but nobody includes him in that list, so But wow. Now, Ali commented on this where he said, well, here's some entertainment to help you through your Monday blues. Last night, Nelly sent one of his subliminal dishes towards me and my career. The truth is, Nelly equals voice, Ali equals pen. I wrote it, he said it, and we sold 10 million records. 10 million. Diamond. Back to his post, he says, go to his page. Do you notice that he hasn't said anything about that country album? Well, I'll tell you why. 13,000 albums. Wow. That's how many copies of that album he sold. My career was writing you a career. Shaking my head. To be continued. It all the most grand illusion ever pulled. And it's all unraveling right now. My bad, I had to scroll down. And he's mentally suffering, trying to hide the secrets. Let me get ready to drop this wisdom off at school. Peace and enjoy your day. Now that's crazy because that Ali has been there with him like ride or die. He's been his guy. When he had beef with anybody else, Ali was it. I believe he became the first president for Dirty ENT. Yeah, man, money changes people, man. Success can change situations and relationships. But there's from what I've seen recently and hearing this from someplace else, Ali played a major role in Nelly's career. Major role. Now, do you forever owe somebody for helping change your life? That's tough. That's tough. I don't know what they fell out about. But from this right here, I mean, Nelly definitely took some shots. Because the thing that sparked all of this was Nelly said it's called a career. And in it, you have ups and downs. Some never have their ups themselves. So technically, they didn't have a career. Ali felt offended by that because he said it was a sub. I guess that's a conversation they didn't have before. And he ended up saying they was just a part of someone else's career. So yeah, now he's definitely taking shots in this. He definitely taking shots. It sucks, man, because them two together put together history. They changed rap. They definitely changed rap. I can't deny that. Hopefully they can get it together. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but you know, things happen sometimes. They definitely do. So over the weekend, Kim Kardashian went on SNL, and her monologue, I will tell you the truth, her monologue actually came together much better than I would expect. She had some jokes on there that definitely landed. They were funny. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into some of that right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Kardashian West.
Thank you guys so much. I'm Kim Kardashian West, and it's so great to be here tonight. I know, I'm surprised to see me here too. When they asked, I was like, you want me to host? Why? I haven't had a movie premiere in a really long time. I mean, actually, I only had that one movie come out, and no one told me it was even premiering. It must have slipped my mom's mind. I'm excited to be here tonight to show you guys that I'm so much more than just a pretty face. And good hair, and great makeup, and amazing boobs, and a perfect butt. Basically, I'm just so much more than that reference photo my sister showed their plastic surgeons. But the one thing I'm really proud of is that
Time out. She is killing the delivery right now. You know, I saw Neil Brandon say he wish he would have just took some pause breaks, which yeah, pause breaks are important when it comes to comedy because you build up. She definitely kind of rushing into the joke, the next joke. But her delivery is kind of flawless right now. Definitely. She's doing good so far.
no one could ever call me a gold digger. Honestly, I'm not even sure how you become one. So I asked my mom's boyfriend, Corey.
Hey, Mo, I didn't hear the full thing. I figured I'd wait to hear the full thing because the jokes I heard were funny. But boy, oh boy, she's good so far. I don't know who wrote these jokes for her, because of course you know SNL has a team of writers, but they're killing it. She's delivering it. She's been Ali. They were Ali to her Nelly. That's what it is.
I've been very lucky in life, and I know that I'm privileged, which is why I try to give back as much as I can. A real passion of mine is getting wrongly accused people out of jail. And thank you. You know, I think I'm following in my father's footsteps. Now.
Here's the lead up. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know where our father was Robert Kardashian. He represented OJ. We're going to continue.
You know, my father was and still is such an influence and inspiration to me, and I credit him with really opening up my eyes to racial injustice. It's because of him that I met my first black person. Want to take a stab in the dark at who it was?
That was a good one. I'm going to take a stab in the dark at who it was. That's a good one. Whoever wrote these jokes, it's probably the best monologue I've seen given in a while from SNL. SNL isn't that funny to me, but this has been one of the better monologues. She's killing it so far.
I know it's sort of weird to remember the first black person you met, but OJ does leave a mark. Or several. Or none at all. I still don't know.
Whoo, Ooh, you know they're gonna hate her for some of these jokes. She's getting them off though. Definitely is.
Listen, I'm an influencer, so I understand that the things that I say carry weight. But, you know, I would never tell anyone what they can or can't do. Remember, I'm a Kim, not a Karen. And honestly, with all of the K names, it's really impressive that my mom didn't pick Karen. I mean, somehow she just knew. I don't know how she saw that one coming and not Caitlyn.
Where's the backlash for that joke? Oh, it ain't Dave Chappelle saying this, so I guess there's no backlash. Okay. Good joke, though, Kim. Good joke.
Now I know we're divided as a country, but I'd love America to come together, which is why I'm here to announce that I'm running for... I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not running for president. We can't have 3 failed politicians in one family.
Whoo! Hey, again, SNL, this is masterpiece right here.
I've been very blessed in this life, and I'm grateful for everything. Honestly, all the ups, all the downs. I mean, I married the best rapper of all time.
Kanye is not the best rapper of all time. That lyrical ability, writing ability, all that would probably have to go to Jay-Z. But when it just comes to pure artistry and production, Kanye, he's my man. He's my man.
Not only that, he's the richest black man in America.
He's definitely not the richest black man in America, but I'm going to let her carry on.
Talented, legit genius who gave me 4 incredible kids. So, when I divorced him, you have to know it came down to just one thing: his personality. I know that sounds mean, but people keep telling me that comedy comes from truth. And if there's one thing that I always strive to be, it's genuine. So I just want to say how incredibly excited I am to be up here on this stage tonight. I mean, I'm so used to having 360 million followers watching my every move. And I mean, how many people watch SNL? Like 10 million? So tonight is just a chill, intimate night for me. So we have a really great show for you tonight. Halsey is here, so stick around.
She definitely killed that, man. I gotta say, shout out to Kim. Yeah, man, if somebody put together some more jokes for her like that, she could do a special. You know, she work on her delivery a little. Her delivery was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. She definitely should have took some pause breaks because she was kind of rushing through the jokes. But she was landing them, so I can't take that away from her. Kanye is not the best rapper of all time. You say best artist of all time, and I will lean Kanye's way. But rapper, nah. We're going rappers, then the pen game matters when it comes to things. And, you know, you have a pen, but you also got like 300 in the room. So this video right here I came across was, I don't get into too much Manosphere content, but we got to get into this one. Because this one, I was just like, wow. Wow. Maybe I'm just wrong. But this girl here says she don't got to bring nothing to a table. I'm going to let you see why this was an interesting story to me. Why she don't need to bring Nathan.
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. So what? Is all men not shit, or do women choose wrong?
I mean, here's the thing. It's most of them aren't shit, but at the same time, you're insecure.
You said so. Most of them ain't shit.
Yeah, most of them ain't shit, but it's like you gotta do what you need to do to have it done. I need that bag secured. I'm already down. Why I want to be down with a dude that's down also? That makes no sense.
Wow. No offense. Y'all, I'm a little overweight. I've been telling my girl I need to lose weight. I've been smaller. I've been bigger before, and I've lost weight. I've gained weight. I know the struggle. You know what I'm saying? But usually my struggle comes with me when I'm being lazy and I'm eating poorly. Looks like she done that for a really long time. No offense, but she has no neck that we can visibly tell. It's just like all connected in one. And she says she can't date no regular man. She need a man with a bag. She ain't messing with no broke boys. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. That's what. Oh my gosh. Ooh, she is. She ate the city girls, and now she's the ultimate city girl. That's all it's giving me right now. But let's continue on.
So you already want your bag secure. You gotta have a bag. Like, what do you need? What do you need from him? Like,
I need to have my own car. You need to have your own car.
So she says she's already down bad, so she need a man to come in and get her a car and his own. And you won't even eat a salad and hit the gym.
3-4 bedroom house.
3-4 bedroom house.
Yeah, like I need to bring.
Does he have to make all that happen, or what? How does that?
Yeah. Why would you not make that happen? That's what the man's supposed to do.
And what are you supposed to do? Cause you just turned and oh my gosh. Whew.
Damn. So what are you bringing to the table? If he gotta get the houses, he gotta get this big ass house. Like
what am I bringing to the table?
Yeah.
I showed up to the table.
You showed up to the table.
Yeah, I showed up to the table. I graced your table with my presence. What do you mean?
And broke the chairs while you was at it.
Man, everything you said makes no damn sense at all.
How does that not make sense? When if a man be materialistic and just want the woman, then it's okay. But if a woman want it, it's different. Like that makes no sense.
The only thing your ass was right about is being the big house. Because it looked like in a regular size house, they're gonna have to cut your ass out of that motherfucker.
See, it's
hey, shout out to Nico Valley. Shout out to Nico Valley. That's why I got this from right here. That. Oh, hey, she really said the man gotta come buy her a car, a crib. He gotta come change her life because she ain't changing shit. That's modern women for you.
So you don't have it. That's what it is. You don't have it. That makes sense. You look like it.
There you go.
She told that man, you look like you don't have it. That's why it don't make sense. No, you're pretty damn, you know. I don't see too many people with the bag chasing, you know, women of your kind. No offense. Support black women. But damn, some of y'all gotta hit the fucking gym, bro. Hit that gym.
You look like the type.
Here you
I'm
go.
just saying.
Here you go.
Look like the type.
Listen, you expected all this from a man, and you over there looking like Jeepers Creepers.
Wow.
Matter of fact, you look like you ate Jeepers, which means you ate nigga.
Hey, he said she looked like Jeepers Creepers. Matter of fact, you look like you ate them. Whoo! He's spanking her. Why you doing her like that, man? She knew she was wrong calling in talking about she don't need to bring shit to the table. Oh, no. Because all men are shit. Nah, man, they, you know, you look like a bill. Especially when it comes to the groceries.
That's cute. You're cute. But not.
That's fine.
You know what? You asked me my opinion, though. But you asked me my opinion, though.
Man, instead of worrying about a man right now, you need to be worried about your health.
You said I was worried. I never told you I was worried. I never told you I was worried.
Like that.
I never told you I was worried. That's the one thing that she's not. She's not worried. That's one thing she's definitely not worried. It's definitely not.
Hey, yeah. Men who listen to this, stay away from Big Bertha, because this is the type of shit they be thinking for real.
Wow.
They deserve everything. They deserve everything.
Not listen to this dude who can't pay for it. If you can't afford it, just say that. If you can't, just say that. Just say you can't afford it. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
Okay. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this one. Like, seriously.
I can hear you waking up.
Bye. I'm done with this one. For real.
Bye.
Now, yeah, like I said, I don't cover too much manosphere thing, but I thought that one was a little out there. She said she don't need to bring shit to the table. I hate to say it, Kevin Samuels be cooked. He be right. He be right. And then when you spread off the other smaller sectors and other people trying to have a conversation, you go back to his talking points, he's right. Modern women are just in a whole different place right now than the things I believe some of them say they want. Like, it's everything on your terms. I want a traditional man, but I want to be a modern woman. How does that work? You want the man to pay everything, but you don't want to be modern. Now, this story right here kind of sucks because, never want to see anybody put in a situation or anybody who could be the victim put in that situation. But apparently Tiger is wanted for domestic violence and he turned himself into the police because of a situation that occurred with his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. However one of those go. We're going to see when we get to the article. So, we're right here on ABC News. Says rapper Tiger arrested in domestic violence investigation. Rapper Tiger was arrested in felony domestic violence investigation Tuesday, authorities said. Tiger, 31, whose legal name is Michael Stevenson, was booked after a Tuesday incident in Hollywood, Los Angeles. Police said he was released after posting $50,000 bond. Jail records showed the arrest came after 22-year-old fashion designer Cameron Swanson. His ex-girlfriend posted pictures online with her face with a black eye. I've been emotionally, mentally, and physically abused, and I'm not hiding it, Swanson said in an Instagram story. An email seeking comment from a representative for Tiger was not immediately returned. The rapper was also in a previous relationship with TV stars Kylie Jenner and Blac Chyna. That story don't get into some of the details. Apparently, she put up to his house already intoxicated like 3 o'clock in the morning. They got into argument, and the argument, I guess, led to physical violence, possibly. I don't know. I wasn't in there. I wish the best for both parties. It's hard to comment on something like this. Like, don't put yourself in these situations, especially like when you're making it. Don't put yourself in these situations. Like, it's so avoidable. It's so avoidable. I mean, unless you got like. And if it's not avoidable, I'm sorry to say it, especially for rappers. I know it would suck, but get a restraining order on them. If you don't feel like, if it needs to go to domestic violence, you got to take every measure possible to keep yourself from this. Because it never ends well for you. Having that accusation on your name doesn't help. People sending pictures of your ex. It's not going to help your career. It's going to hurt it dramatically. So, my advice is just to keep your hands on yourself and to avoid getting in these situations because they hurt careers. It's not a good look for Tiger. And then Soulja Boy's been making fun of Tiger. It's just buffoonery and foolishness that people should be avoiding. Again, I don't know what occurred on the inside of the house. I'm not saying he did or he didn't do it. But just try to avoid getting in any of these situations because that shit never turns out good. Those situations never turn out the way you expect them to turn out. They weigh down your career. This next story is a little funny because we're definitely going to get into TV talk. I guess I might as well start it. TV talk. We're going to get into BMF. BMF. I like BMF. I know the story of BMF. It's dope that they got Southwest T and Lil Meech in there. Big Meech's son and Southwest T sons. I think that's dope right there. But it's a guy who's gonna come up in this story. He's definitely gonna come up in the story, and that's Blue Da Vinci. He hasn't made it so far. So far, we got the 50 boys finding out how to move product on the factories using food trucks. Because Big Meech and Southwest T, they tried to think bigger than just where they were. That's how they ended up where they were. And then we all know what happens after that. But so far, so good. I'm liking the show. I'm definitely liking the show. It's good so far. Everything 50 touches so far has been money. But Blue Da Vinci has a threat for 50 Cent. At least he say a warning. know if you'll fully take it as a threat. I mean, 50-50. I don't know who's gonna stop him from being him. I really doubt it'd be Blue Da Vinci. Here we go right here. I got it loaded up now.
I'm saying is if they handle my name wrong, everybody already know I'm coming to see you. So now play with it if y'all want. The writers, the producers, the directors, the executive producer, everybody. Y'all play with my name. I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all play with my name. It's up. Period. And there will be no more shooting that. There will be no more filming that. I'm going to try to find a way to up everything about it if you play with my name. Now, as soon as I get the first report, hey, bro, they over here playing with your name, I'm coming. Just already know. Have your security beefed up, all the police, how you run around with, and all that. I have all that. I'm going to give it to them, too. I ain't finna play with my name. I'm going to go all the way out by my name. My kids not finna go through life with people playing with my name. That's a wrap. So, zip that up. If that was your plan, zip that up. Come with another plan. If not, you already know what's up. Get ready. Be ready. Everybody with you.
So, I guess he's worried about the way he's going to be portrayed in the show, which I don't believe his involvement will come around to a lot later down the road in the BMF show. But I believe he's worried because there are well, I'm not even going to say allegations. Apparently in the reporting, they said that he was willing to cooperate, even though he didn't cooperate. He was willing, and they said he was so truthful and faithful, they gave him a reduced sentence. So technically, he didn't cooperate because they didn't need him to, but they also said he was so truthful and faithful, they just gave him a short-term sentence, meaning he was already talking and giving up stuff. I guess that involved him. So, I mean, it's tricky, but I definitely don't think he's putting no fear in 50. Hard 50 going to run that shit the way he want to run that shit. Nobody's ever stopped 50 from being 50 at any given moment of his life. He survived death. And after that, he just really stopped giving a fuck. And I don't think he's going to change this at all. Another show I've watched Heels. It was a pretty good show. It's a show based around wrestling. For people who still watch wrestling and stuff. I haven't really kept up with wrestling too much. But I figured Heels would be an interesting try. And I actually finished the season in like a week. Shout out to, the streaming platforms. They make everything so much easier watching. But pretty decent show, so based around a small town wrestling promotion. All the things that come along with that behind the scenes. And it made me wonder, could I pull that off myself? I think I'd be good at like telling the story between people, in that arena. Because the fans of wrestling love wrestling. They love it. And I used to be, when I was young, I was a huge wrestling fan. Huge wrestling fan. I actually thought I would become a professional wrestler at one point in time. And I was like, that's before I turned like 10. You know what I'm saying? It was that important to me as a kid. But yeah, man, it's a cool show. I believe all of you should go check it out. I'm giving it a stamp of approval. It's not always action oriented, but it's telling a story. Hopefully they get a second season out of this so we can see how everything progresses based on how the show ended. Because it definitely ended with a twist. Something that wasn't supposed to happen ends up happening. So I really wonder how they're going to push this forward. Hopefully we do get a second season. But this has been your boy DJTheParkBoy. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The L.I.M.E Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share the videos you like. And make sure you go check out other content from the Next Up Network. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, I'm DJTheParkBoy, and I'm out.